Dear Faithful, nowadays there are more and more people who hesitate between burying their deceased relatives or opting for cremation, as well as doubting what to do later with their relatives' ashes if they have chosen cremation of the body. In this video, we will cover this topic. We will also offer you an opinion on what to do with the clothes and objects of the deceased, and we will approach the issue from a more spiritual point of view so that it is easier to draw conclusions. But first, if you haven't already done so, we kindly invite you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. This free gesture of yours is very important for us to support the channel in spreading messages of faith. Thank you from heart. Let's continue. Therefore, regarding burial or cremation, what happens most commonly is burying our deceased loved ones, even if today there are more and more people who opt for cremation. Many think that the incineration of a body may be contrary to God, but this is not the case. Cremation is not an offense against God. Normally, the soul of the person who has died is close to their body and is present in the last moments together with the family. The soul leaves the body at the very moment of the person's death. This is the moment of ascension and the exit of the spirit caused by the death of the body. The soul, obviously, is neither tangible nor physical nor material, so the body that will be placed in contact with fire, which is a material element, can only act on matter and on the substance belonging to the material plane. You will probably have heard from someone who has lost a dear relative about a deeply emotional experience accompanied by a series of sensations that may seem like coincidences but remain significant signs. These signs often manifest themselves through sensations of heat, a sudden breeze, an invisible caress, the vision of a butterfly, a feather, or the perception of a presence in the surrounding environment. Many believe that these signs are ways through which the dearly departed try to communicate or comfort those who are still alive. But in any case, they remain aspects that make us believe and understand how the spirit is no longer part of the body, but remains in nearby as if he wanted to greet us in preparation for the ascent into heaven. The soul of the relative is therefore present and close in the acts that occur to bury him, and in the same way, it is also present when his body is cremated. The spirit may have difficulty leaving its body in the immediacy of death. Let's say that at a given moment souls can remain close to their body to feel a little protected, since they are still looking for that contact with the life they leave behind. Here comes the enormous importance of the funeral wake, which, in addition to having an important role in the expression of mourning and in offering mutual support, is a shared moment of intense prayer that helps the soul in its definitive detachment from the body and in its complete ascension day. The best gift we can give to a deceased loved one who has passed into eternity is to fulfill the desire to continue to let him live spiritually in peace, to let him go, handing him over to the Lord, having the certainty that the Lord has received that loved one who is in his hands. Get better and God will take care of him. Other doubts, however, are created when you receive the ashes of your loved one, and the question arises of what to do with them. Many people don't hesitate to put them in their home. The immense love for a relative is understandable, but the home is not the right place to keep the ashes. Their place is the cemetery. The new instruction from the Catholic Church says keeping ashes at home is not allowed. Likewise, the ashes cannot be divided between different families, and respect and adequate conservation conditions must be ensured. The niches of churches or cemeteries are the most suitable place for conservation. It is good to take them there, so that they can rest, because it is a place of prayer. It is a place of respect. It is a place where we offer respect to these loved ones we had at our side. But not only this, the restrictions also go further to avoid any pantheistic misunderstanding. The scattering of ashes in the air, on land or in water, or in any other form, is not permitted, nor is the preservation of the ashes in commemorative mementos, jewelry, or other articles. However, the wishes of the deceased regarding cremation or burial are practically always fulfilled. In any case, it is difficult to think that there is a desire to create necklaces, rings, or other articles from the ashes. These are actions that have no respect for the deceased, much less his soul. Managing the personal items and clothing of a deceased loved one is also a delicate aspect of the grieving process. In many cases, the decision about what to do with these assets can be a tangible way to honor the memory of the deceased and help find a form of consolation. Often, it is recommended to consider options that can benefit others, while maintaining items that fuel positive memories. A significant choice is to allocate clothes, footwear, and personal objects that can still be useful to those who need them. Donating these goods to charities or less fortunate people is a generous act that allows the memory of your loved one to live on through helping those who will benefit. The idea of knowing that someone might take comfort or support from an object that belonged to a loved one can be a powerful way to pay homage to their life. Instead, watches, pins, rings, books, or other objects full of memories can become tangible points of reference to remember the happy moments shared with a loved one. These items can be placed in special places in the home or stored so that they are accessible at times when you want to recall precious memories. So, keeping items in your home that have personal meaning and bring you joy can be an intimate way of preserving your emotional connection with your lost loved one. However, the decision about what to do with the personal items and clothing of a deceased loved one is a highly individual process. The Church maintains that there is no universal answer, and each family or individual can choose the option that best reflects their feelings and desires. What matters is that the choice is guided by the desire to honor the memory of the deceased in a meaningful and respectful way, and above all accompanied by sincere prayers. And what do you think? Write your opinions in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you from heart.